Hello, welcome to the channel of love. What a weird intro. It was 1441, it's now 1442. I have a stain on my top. I noticed it in the mirror and I can't quite fathom out where it's come from. We've got a stain on the top. Okay, should we do a Sunday service? I've got some cards out. We've got the Rider-Waite Tarot. Are they out the right way? Yes, they are. I'm sitting on the edge of my seat. Okay. 3 cards. That was of us. Everyday tarot. Every day I'm shuffling. This is true. Okay. Right, we're recording 1 minute in. Volume is up. Everyday tarot. I can feel a hair dangling off my nose. These cards are inclined, like arrows. It reminds me of the 8 of Wands. We've got 6 cards here. Okay. 7. 8. Let's have a look. Well, I don't know where's he going? Okay, I think that one's meant to be up there. Like this. Do you want to have a look? King of Swords. The Thinking King. The Thinking King. He's the king of thinking. Is he the king of wishful thinking? Okay. The Connection. The king of wishful thinking for the Connection. This is the 1111 card. The Divine Masculine, Divine Feminine card. Union. In the physical. In your community. Celebrating. Next card. The Hangman. Okay, pausing for reflection. Remember, he's the king of thinking. So he's having another think here. And 5 of Swords. 2 ladies in this picture here. Is that what you're having to think about? Okay. Who do you choose? Because I'm not sure. Does this one look elated as what you are? King of wishful thinking. There's a bit of this energy here with kind of thinking that you want this connection, but connection. And well, you're having to think. It's like you're visualising your future. Who is this here? Because there's 2 families here. Let's look here. Well, this is the Surveyor, the Page of Swords. So the King of Swords will send out the Page to go and do some research. The 10 of Pentacles with the 4 of Wands. This is the research regarding this connection. Okay. I felt like someone was actually taking you to the gate here. Like they're not coming with you, but they're like happily sending you on your way. You look elated here. Because it's like you've been thinking about the connection. That is the 10 of Pentacles. That's your legacy. So you're on your way and it looks like this person, they're taking you. They're kind of half cheering you on. But they're staying behind, I think. So you're going through here. You're going through with it. Well, you're thinking about it. But again, there's 2 women here. And then we can go back to the legacy here and then the 2 of Pentacles. So you're thinking about this. But you're more balanced than what you have been, I think. Birdies are sending messages, aren't they? It's like you're ready to set sail. But again, there's someone kind of behind you, but they're a lot smaller. So I'm not sure what's going here. I'm not sure what's going. You're still not sure what's going through with you. What's going through with you? What's going on? Okay. You're still not sure what's going through with you because you're in the Hangman here, so you're gaining all this wisdom. You're not sure what you're going through with. who's coming through with you, but you're in your chariot, but you're waiting. You're in your chariot. Chariots of fire. You're waiting. Still this indecisive energy here. Okay. Is that what's going on? Let's straighten this up. Let's find out some more. Oh, it feels like you feel like I looked under the table and saw all the chair legs. Okay. What's the underlying energy? The world. So you are going through to a new dimension. This is this energy here. Or you think you are. You're thinking about it. This could be you're going to be telling somebody that you're going through with something. Okay. Someone's going to be left behind. You're going through into new earth. The World card. The last card of the tarot. I've got the King of Swords here. We'll come back to you. Let's have a look at the World card. You have come full circle and are celebrating the successful completion of an important project or phase. As you close one chapter, you open another. So here you are thinking in the King of Swords energy. What are you thinking about? If you're going through to New Earth, you're thinking about love. The King of Swords is here, and then we go to the Suit of Cups, Suit of Love. So one is changing one's suit. What suits them now? You are in your power, ruling from a place of authority. You use your analytical abilities and intellect to assess the situation at hand and make clear decisions based on what you know to be the truth. We're reading the meaning from this book. Now we're going to go to the page now. He's doing his research. Very observant here. You have a curious mind and love to ask questions and learn new things. Excuse me. You have a curious mind and love to ask questions and learn new things. You are a natural communicator and ready to take the next step to share your message with the world. Let's just stop there. What's going on then? Okay, let's get some oracle. We'll go to the power of love. When I saw the stain, you can't really notice it that much. It was like, I'm not changing my top. So it's like I'm not changing my suit. Okay, but this masculine is changing his suit. It takes me to kind of like the divine masculine energy here, kind of finally saying goodbye to the karmic. There's 3 cards here. I'm not going to, maybe we'll read this first one. Okay, we'll look at all 3 of them. Okay, so there's kind of, we'll look at all 3 of them. What's that about? 3 different, I feel like there's scenarios. 3 different, when you're imagining like, it's kind of like, trying on someone else's suit maybe and living their life. What kind of life do you want to live? Well, let's have a look. We've got responsibility. You are aware of the power of your thoughts and the amount of love you express. So this comes in perfect with the King of Thinking. But I believe he's been doing some wishful thinking, manifesting. Okay, it's all coming together now. Itchy neck. Like a little gentle kiss, that was. Responsibility. Ding, ding. Thoughts are energy. They are real, and they don't just belong to you. It is your responsibility to pattern your thoughts to reflect the highest levels of compassion and benevolence. As a responsible soul, you know that the totality of conscious thoughts creates reality, so be sure to do your part. Thoughts emanate from you constantly, and it is incumbent on you to make sure that the energy you are projecting is loving. This is the crux of being mindful. You must practice constant vigilance. This is where the Page of Swords will come in. You must practice constant vigilance so that negative, hurtful, or spiteful thoughts that start to form are nipped in the bud. Compassion and empathy are great tools to use as filters for your thinking. Before you project a judgment, realise that you have little to no conscious awareness of what motivates another. Okay, we just had something come up. I put remind me later. Well, then it takes me online. So something about I'm visiting from an outside. Anyway, we're back. What was I saying? Because I imagine it's relevant. Remind me later. Before you project, we're going to look into these aspects, and I feel that these cards will deal with it because there is some negativity. It's picking up on you're having to control your negative thoughts. So this is the crux of being mindful. You must practice constant vigilance so that negative, hurtful or spiteful thoughts that start to form are nipped in the bud. So they're coming from you. Compassion and empathy are great tools to use as filters for your thinking. Before you project a judgment, so it makes me feel as if you have been judging. Before you project a judgment, realise that you have little to no conscious awareness of what motivates another. I feel like you jump into conclusions here. When you make this connection, your every choice and virtually every other aspect of your life is based on the ideals of brother and sisterhood. Responsible people live by example and teach others through inspiration. The great responsibility that comes with power is knowing that you've come back to earth to elevate consciousness in this physical dimension. Ask yourself throughout the day, am I making the world a better place? World Cup. So there's this energy of letting your thoughts maybe run away with you. Well, let's have a look at these two cards. Judgment and having compassion and empathy for oneself. Because all I could hear was kind of like forgiveness. Forgiving yourself for thinking that way. Okay. Willingness. You are able to compromise if the end result is love. So I'm feeling here, what is this? Because I'm feeling something about compromising here. And if someone's not willing to compromise with you and what you're wanting to, or compromise took me to a promise of love. So the willingness here. Responsibility, you are aware of the power of your thoughts and the amount of love you express. And it's like you are able to compromise with someone if they're willing to express love, really. Is that the right way to say it? Well, I'm not sure. Let's have a look. Willingness. Oh, your willy was coming in. That's what it took me to. Willingness. I don't feel like, because there's two feminines here, knocking coming. And it took me to, like, no sex energy. And I was going to say that a way that you can tell whether or not, is whether you get turned on. And I feel like this isn't an energy of being turned on. So it's like they come to a certain point with you, and then I feel they get left behind. They're not willing to kind of go the whole hog. Willingness. You have come to the earth plane to learn to accept the things you cannot change, as opposed to those you can. Life is a constant game of discovery, but no price can be put on any experience because each one transforms you. When you are willing to look inside and begin to change your habits, self-imposed fears and perceptions, only then will you be able to see your true self. The catalyst for transformation comes from your willingness to forgive. Open your heart and be honest with yourself. You are never too old to learn, and each day should be filled with excitement about how your perspective will be altered. You can gauge your spiritual growth by your willingness to learn from and accept another. By keeping an open mind when conditions change, you expand your knowledge of life, allowing love to radiate through you and in everything you do brings divine awareness to all those in your sphere. Rigidly adhering to your dogma is doing a disservice to your growth. The willingness to accept others and their individual path is the soul strength. Okay. So I feel like with one person, the journey's gone as far as it's going to go now. This masculine's going through with it. So whether or not he's threatened before to go through with it, he's going through with it now. Look at the cutting of cords here. And I feel like the angelic assistance helping to raise the divine masculine's perspective. It's like that butterfly's within like a moon energy. Let's look at this other card here. Ownership. You acknowledge your misdeeds and accomplishments alike and learn to love them all as lessons. Thinking about taking ownership here. Interesting, because willingness was the last card in the deck. And yesterday, was it from the Rumi pack? It was the last card in the deck. I can't remember what the name of the card was, but I remember saying afterwards, and then it's about the author. It's happened again here with willingness, and then it's actually a masculine who's the author, where yesterday it was a feminine with actually Rumi, and with the power of love is a masculine. Ownership. Comes after loyalty. You have reached a pivotal place in your spiritual journey. You are able to take full responsibility for your actions. The first card we had out. You are able to take full responsibility for your actions, thoughts, and words in this and other lifetimes. Interesting. Normally my phone's in silent. It's 1500. It's 1500? It's 1500. And the page that was opened on the last page that I went to is page number 115. I noticed the 15. I felt the devil energy a little bit. Ownership. You have reached a pivotal place in your spiritual journey. You are able to take full responsibility for all your actions, thoughts and words in this and other lifetimes. Then it went din din. So you're remembering your past lives. Other lifetimes are also, when I think about this, I think about the age that I was like between 0 and 5, and then let's say 5 till 11, and then 11 till 16. Okay, like all different phases of my life, and onwards we go. So you may now step back and view your experiences objectively, realising that you are an evolving spiritual being. Each day has brought with it a new insight into yourself and the world around you. You don't look back on particular situations as failures. Instead, you view them as valuable feedback, providing information you need in order to learn, understand and grow. You take ownership of your choices, aware that as a responsible being, you cannot blame your behaviour on another. Everything you experience is a reflection of what is within you. Recognising that what you say can either enlighten or depress. You now speak with a purpose. You choose positive and empowering words, thoughts and deeds, the cornerstone of a healthy and soulful existence. That's beautiful, Mr. King of Swords. Let's move on to this connection, because you've got the Four of Wands, which is, I'm going to say it's the Ten of Cups, but you've taken it to the world, to the community. It's out there. And the Ten of Pentacles. So let's read these cards. Squeaky chair. Four of Wands. It's like the air's gone very still. You've been rapidly growing and expanding. Now it's time to pause. That's the next card. Now it's time to pause and celebrate what you have achieved. Enjoy the fruits of your labour. A wedding, birthday, homecoming, or family get-together may also be in the cards. And I feel like this is to set the record straight. This masculine here has taken authority. He's in his power. And he's going to be setting the record straight. Family get-together, I was feeling. And this is how things are going to go. This masculine's knowing what he's wanting. And he's having a really good long think about this. Okay. Or he has been thinking for a long time. Let's read the Ten of Pentacles. You have accumulated wealth and abundance through hard work and dedication. It brings you deep joy and satisfaction to share this wealth with your loved ones. You express gratitude for fulfilling your material goals and dreams. Now, there is this energy here of actually the Divine Masculine now being able to settle. It feels like settlement here. Okay, so if there was a feminine that was waiting for money, or it was kind of, I feel like it's a payoff. Okay, that's been accumulated and everything's been distributed now. Okay. Let's pull actually a Journey of Love card, not a Power of Love, the Journey of Love next. I've put this, have a look what I've done. I've opened the book and it's actually like the King of Swords is like actually under the book here. Look, doing the surveying, reading up. We're going to leave him like that. Okay. He's not happiest left in that state. He's doing his studying. He likes to know the deal. Fair enough. Don't we all like to know what's going on? That we do. Okay, so let's have a look at the Journey of Love here. Earth Angel. The connection. The legacy. Really two good cards, but then I spoke about actually kind of having a family gathering, get together. Everything's kind of sorted and we've got an Earth Angel here. So I feel like this is what's being brought into the Divine Masculine's, interesting. This is what's being brought into the Divine Masculine's picture, life, but she's not being bought. You can't buy her with money. Okay, but this is what he's bringing into the life, and it has nothing to do with, because I felt this payoff energy. It's like, how much did it cost you to, I suppose it's like, buying yourself a bride. Oh, I felt the energy of being bribed to be able to set someone free. Well, Earth Angel, let's have a look. 54. I did feel that the masculine here has an angel with him because helping him with his research, studying, just on his ankles here. So you could say that the wings of the place in the ball and chain. This knowledge is. Oh, I like this because we've got a poem before and a poem after. How much fun. What poetry? I love poetry. It's got like two little specks on the back here. They're permanently there. They've always been there. They've always been there. Earth Angel, you carry the world in your robes and heavens in your hair. You bring me a special gift now, responding to my prayer. Though sometimes I may feel that I am struggling or alone, you come to me now and carry me into my heart. You bring me home. Even from the darkest depths, I rise up to meet your light. I cannot be separated from the divine. I cannot be separated from the light. This oracle brings a message of divine guidance. You have an angel with you, watching over you and assisting you in response to your heart's call for help, love and protection for you and your beloveds. Your prayers have been heard and answered. Keep praying each day from your heart and know you are safely carried on the journey of love. If you have been worrying about a loved one, know that this protection extends to them as well. You are asked to pray more and worry less, allowing love to be. Thank you for walking with me. Before you climbed up here, I was afraid I had risked everything by holding out my hand. And now, as I share your joy and excitement at being a friend, I realise I may have to run to catch up with you. Is this what you're doing now? Are you running? And you've got the Hangman here. So this pausing energy. A pausing. Is there a word as a pausing? I'm not sure. I'm not going to Google it. Okay, let's have a look at the Hangman energy and the Two of Pentacles. We will get a Divine Feminine card. The Hangman. Open to the Emperor. Okay, where are you? Life is on hold and you are in a state of temporary suspension as you await new insight and clarity. Step back and look at life from a different perspective. Okay, Two of Pentacles. I put the book down. Open to the Lovers now. Okay. Two of Pentacles. You are juggling multiple priorities and need to manage your time carefully to find your balance. So you are juggling multiple priorities and need to manage your time carefully to find your balance. You don't have to be busy to get things done. Sometimes taking a break is the most productive thing you can do. Where are we going? Oracles of Shadows and Lights. Okay. What's happened to the voice? Feels like someone's been shouting a lot. Take a break. The cards are Mildew Fairy, Clean-Up Time, and Marie Masquerade, Glamour, Intrigue and Drama. We best read them, seeing as it's 14 and 15. What's happened? We do have an Earth Angel here with you, remember that. So let's read these messages. Who are these characters? Card number 14. Marie Masquerade, Glamour, Intrigue and Drama. About Marie Masquerade. Marie is very much like the famed Queen of France, Marie Antoinette. She is stylish and delightful, always finding new and fascinating creative ways to amuse herself. Wherever she is, there is decadence and style, truly glamorous moments and lavish entertainments. And I felt this, the energy of someone like, if you've been shouting, someone making a scene. It's a extravagant, lavish entertainments. But even she knows she is simply amusing herself and that there is a hole at the centre of her being, where she wishes she were loved for who she truly is, and could rely on her talent and style to express herself and not be judged for this. To be her friend is no problem at all, as long as you remain truly yourself. Only being with her has somewhat made you wish to be more like her. Look beneath the mask and the beauty and the exquisite stylings and see into her heart. Be her friend and be her companion, but never forget who you are and what is important to you. When Marie Masquerade speaks, someone is about to invite you to be involved in something very intriguing, and this person will ask you in ways that are ever so charming, so the temptation will be ever so strong. Because this person is beautiful and talented and powerful, you are flattered. But the truth is, you run the risk of paying a very high price for this brush with fame or glory. Be sure what the politics are. Be sure that the politics and the intrigues are ones you truly wish for in your life. And this is the energy of the Divine Masculine having a look really at the situation with the Divine Feminine. There's a little bit of here of it's a bit too good to be true and you could get burnt. But I'm saying, like, look closely. You have to be her friend. It says be her friend and be her companion, but you do have to be truly you, Divine Masculine. Through and through. I'll repeat that part. So only being with her, I want to say this Earth Angel, has somehow made you wish to be more like her. Look beneath the mask and see the beauty and the exquisite stylings and see into her heart. Be her friend and be her companion, but never forget who you are and what is important to you. And then I felt the energy of the masculine having a few directions, and I said there was three, so there may be three feminines. Okay, and then you've got the Earth Angel. Okay. But the truth is, you run the risk of paying a very high price for this brush with fame or glory. Be sure that the politics and the intrigues are ones you truly wish for you in your life, because there is often a sacrifice that must be made. And I do feel that that's what is going to and fro. Okay, who's being thrown well? So I feel like someone's being thrown out the house after a lot of shoutings occurred. So be sure that the politics and the intrigues are ones you truly wish for in your life, because there is often a sacrifice that must be made and many consequences are currently hidden from you. It is tempting, no doubt, but it may not be within your best interest to pursue this strange, slightly tainted offer that will be made. The divination message: there is gossip and intrigue around a person you admire and wish to be like in some way. This person has a need of a true friend and not the need of an admirer. And I'm feeling the energy of this Earth Angel here, and that you're both Earth Angels. So it's kind of like having each other's back. But I feel it's the Divine Masculine and the Divine Feminine. This card can come up when you experience jealousy and envy of those you feel are undeservingly more successful and beloved than you are. And I'm feeling this karmic energy could be extremely jealous regarding the Divine Feminine and the love that the Divine Masculine has, or how much maybe she's on his mind. If you are the subject, we just go back a little bit. It says the message is to focus on your own hard work and to create your own style. If you are the subject of such gossip, know you cannot control what is said about you. Live your life and move through it with grace. When Marie Masquerade comes up, there are some people around who want to befriend another, but simply for the influence. It is not coming from the heart. And despite her beauty and success, anyone in Marie's position needs true friends. Look inside and see if you have attempted to network instead of befriend. Know the difference. Do not keep false friends, fair-weathered friends. Be true to your own vision as opposed to what is currently fashionable and considered desirable. Creating rather than following. Very interesting. Well, it's clean-up time. Mildew Fairy. 15. What's the next page, Lucy? I know. About the Mildew Fairy. Some things just look like they're yuck, but they're not. They're very good things. and they can be powerful and helpful when used in the right way. So if the mildew fairy turns up in your reading, it's time to check out what could be profoundly useful for you, which you've dismissed. And this card could be an aspect of yourself or an aspect of the environment you're in. It's very important not to try and hide this from yourself or to cover it up. The health of the situation rests upon the degree of openness you approach it with. Okay, interesting. I heard a comment yesterday. I was speaking to a lady who had split up with her boyfriend like 3 weeks. I think it was about 3 weeks previous. And I said to her, "What happened?" And she said, "He gave me the ick." And I said, "What's that?" It's like thinking maybe a sexually transmitted disease. I'm like, "What's the ick?" She said, "You know, the ick. Stay away from me." No. I said, "Oh, the ick." That's the kind of energy with this, where you just like, you make me feel actually sick, and I'm not sure why, but I've got the ick. Okay. The mildew fairy speaks. It always shocks me when people think something shouldn't be there, like me. I grow naturally where it's warm and wet, and I love to show you what you may need to take care of. I can do wonderful things, I can be medicine, and I can be a parasite too. But all the time I'm showing you what is going on, what you need to change, and whether the conditions are a little too steamy for you. If they are, you can freshen up your environment naturally. Don't clean or use harsh chemicals or bleaches, as you'll kill all that is helpful and good. You see, I turn up when something is unhealthy and you just aren't noticing or getting it. So be thankful for my presence and build a little algae or fungi pond in my honour. Or treat yourself to some tasty mushrooms. They are all healthy ways to honour me. And do not step thoughtlessly into that fairy ring. It's all about being in the right place. Don't ignore me. Right now, something really does need to be cleaned healthfully before it begins to affect you. Also, I feel that this is, obviously, the Divine Masculine's got an earth angel with him. And it's like, but you can't step thoughtlessly into the fairy ring, okay, into this new earth. You have to watch your thoughts and your actions. Okay, your judgments. The divination message. Think of ways to decrease stagnant moisture, stuck emotions, and increase airflow, fresh thinking in your home and environment. When the mildew fairy comes to pay a visit, it's likely things are a little stagnant, a little over emotional, and that fresh new air and thoughts need to be brought in to clear up the situation. She can mean a fresh way of thinking, or a fresh point of view, or a release of emotions that could be pooling in one area. Her appearance never means covering up. It means working with the environment to find yourself within. Like the mildew, Fairy said, a little of her can be medicine, and a great deal of her can be maddening. When she turns up, where she turns up will tell you lots about what needs a fresh new approach in your life. And if she is inside, lurking in cupboards, or in the bathroom, instead of decorating pebbles by a pond, you know that the presence of unhelpful energy needs to be addressed, not rationalised and excused, and never ignored. Okay, thank you. Did it help? Did it help? I got my mind set on you. Then we're coming back to but it's going to take money. But this time I know it's for real. The feeling that I feel. Okay. Don't worry about the money. Let that worry go and see what happens. Okay. There's other things to focus on, like your thoughts. Not those negative ones about money. I spoke to a gentleman last night, and we were talking about this, and he said something that was awesome. We were talking about money, and he's like, well, I want to start this business, but I want to pay off my debts and all. And I went, just stop worrying about money. He's like, yeah, you can't be hanged for it, can you? And I'm like, no. And someone had said that to him. It was along that line. So, but they can't hang you for it. And I said, I like that. I said, you're absolutely right. They can't hang you for it. Stop worrying about money. Okay, so now we have the Five of Swords. Let's have a look at these characters here. You have been engaged in a win-lose conflict. Trust has been broken, and you feel that you are acting in competition with others rather than in collaboration. Look for common ground or seek forgiveness to move forward. Definitely the Divine Feminine's energy coming through here. I feel like she's more forgiving. She is forgiving because she would have forgiven herself for the situation and the phases we go through in our lives. It's more the karmic energy is less forgiving. Okay, which means that's why she can't really come, she's not willing to kind of go the whole way. So you have been engaged in a win-lose conflict. Trust has been broken, and you feel that you are acting in competition with others rather than in collaboration. Look for common ground or seek forgiveness to move forward. Then we have the Chariot energy. Major Arcana. You are a driving force, fueled by determination and willpower, and you stop at nothing on your path to success. You overcome obstacles and find cohesion between opposing forces. So I feel this was a win-lose situation the Divine Feminine was in. It feels like she kind of lost. All is forgiven. And I feel like Divine Masculine, you're bringing together these opposing forces now, which is the yin to the yang, rather than you having your back towards each other. Okay, look, the stories are combining, they're coming together now. Or it's coming together in your mind. The most important thing is the way that you tell the story to yourself, okay, and to others. Does it inspire or depress? Okay. What are we going to use for the oracle cards from the Chakra Wisdom? Wise one. This time I know it's for real. The feeling that I feel. I know that if I put my mind to it, I know that I'm ready to do it. I got my mind set on you. Set on you. Instead of like it being set on you, it sounded like it was said on you. It was said on you. Was it something I said? This happens. Was it something I said? I say a lot of things. A lot. Okay. There's the card. Gossip. Now this has come up. Was it something I said? Speaking from the heart here, but we have Charmaine Chartreuse. I never met a person I didn't like. The legend. Charmaine is eccentric and kind. From her chartreuse greenhouse to her fascination with scarves, she is a topic of town gossip. After her death, interesting, after her death, I took that as a spiritual death. After her death, the local people discover her incredibly detailed paintings of their town and realise she is an extraordinary artist. Instead of it being an artist, I feel like storyteller, who painted their lives with love. They feel sadness for never having really known her. And I want to say this is the energy, they feel sadness and never really seeing things through her eyes. Or when it picked up here about being aware that you can't actually really understand what's going on within a person. You don't really know what their motives are. Okay, or maybe their story. The inspiration, Charmaine Chartreuse, suggests that appreciating differences is key. This card is a warning that you may lose a valued relationship if you do not appreciate what you have. Personal inquiry, Charmaine is about prejudice and misunderstanding. What am I resisting? And there's this energy here of the Divine Masculine doesn't want to lose this valued relationship that he has with you, Divine Feminine. And he will do if he doesn't appreciate it, starts appreciating it and showing that appreciation to you. So the key idea is uniqueness of others, naivety, support for your vision, lack of appreciation, and refocusing your life. The keywords freedom, dance, and honour. The meditation, visualize someone you may be judging harshly. Notice how powerful your negative feelings are. Picture yourself in a room with that person and tell them what you like about them. If you run out of things to say, start repeating. You can accept this person as they are. Allow them to tell you things they like about you. And when they finish, thank them for coming. Beautiful exercise. I've already been doing this today. Page number 44. I went on a right rampage. Okay. I might actually share that, like a love romance rampage from Abraham Hicks. Okay. We're going to end with a final message. We are. I feel the Mother Mary wants to come through on this Sunday. So let's allow that. Let's allow the Mother Mary to come through today. Happy 11th of July, because I was thinking in my mind, let her come through on this beautiful day. Happy 11th of July. 11:11. It's just 11. All right? All right. Let's end with a message from the Mother Mary. I feel like I was meant to have done something and I haven't. What's that about then? Do you want a Bible quote? We can get one Bible. Well, I will not be the dictator. Is there anything that wants to come out? 2. Okay. Should we have a quick look at these before we... I haven't even pulled another Mary card yet. I was just a shuffling. We've got 3 messages. Oh, sugar. Forgot my charger was charging. Destiny. Oh, it's gone off all on its own. I have to read this card because I'm surprised it didn't come out today. Destiny. But it's the only card. How can I show you? Let me show you. I take a picture. Hold on. Got the phone, haven't I? Let me show you where Destiny is. Okay. So, impartialities with it as well, very much. But this is the layout on the floor. And there's Destiny up here. Okay. We've got impartiality just here. That's about like painting your neighbour's fence in the colour that... your side in the colour that they're wanting. Okay. In each other's suits. But Destiny's here. And it's an important message. And it's one that we don't get to see and hear often, if ever, as of yet. But let me read the Destiny card. And I'll pick that up in a moment. We read this, and then we read these quotes, and then we get a Mother Mary card, and then we get off. Sounds like a good plan. Black and white. Together we are stronger than alone. It's such a beautiful message within this card. The legend. Black and white are in heaven, waiting to go back to earth yet again. And that's in brackets. To complete their work. So black and white are in heaven, waiting to go back to earth yet again to complete their work. When they meet and fall in love, they learn that they will not be together on earth. In previous lives, their love was ill-fated. They appeal to the council of great spirits, who turn down their request to be together. But the great servant appears and grants their wish. Together they accomplish greater things than they could have ever done alone. How beautiful is that? King of wishful thinking? Inspiration. Take a risk. Dare to have your life the way you decide. Are you willing to make sacrifices to have what you desire? Personal inquiry. What tools do I need to form my own destiny? Am I ready for my destiny? Key ideas: true love, taking a stand, a positive omen, radical thinking, deep satisfaction, and the ability to change. Keywords: love, pathway, and faith. The meditation. Recall a time when you fought for something you believed in and won. Allow the feeling of triumph to filter through your body. See yourself before the council of great spirits. Make a request. They will grant it if it's for the highest good of all. They tell you their decision. Thank the spirits for their wise counsel. Relax in knowing that the council will confer with great servant for you. You are welcome to go before the council anytime. And what's interesting, I picked up this card and I said like 11:11. I said, but it's just 11. And then in my mind, it was like, what month are we in? And we're in the 7th month. And it's page number 77. Okay, let's read these quotes. Jeremiah 29:11. Okay, interesting. Let's have a drink. It's getting exciting. I haven't even read it yet. I can feel it. It's 15:33. For I know the plans I have for you, declares the Lord. Plans to prosper you and not to harm you. Plans to give you hope and a future. How cool is that? Next. Deuteronomy 31:8. Deuteronomy. Okay. What number is it? 31:8. Be strong and courageous. Do not be afraid or terrified because of them. For the Lord your God goes with you. He will never leave you nor forsake you. The Lord himself goes before you and will be with you. He will never leave you nor forsake you. Do not be afraid. Do not be discouraged. I think we got 2 right translations of that one in one. We did. That's good, isn't it? Let's have a look at this pink one. Oh, it's a bit smudged. 1 Corinthians. Okay, the ink's smudged on here. That's interesting. Takes me to that clean up kind of energy. Let's have a look anyway. 1 Corinthians 15:58. Therefore, my beloved brothers, be steadfast, immovable, always abounding in the work of the Lord, knowing that in the Lord your labour is not in vain. Then it says after that, okay, I think it's another translation of it. Always work enthusiastically for the Lord, for you know that nothing you do for the Lord is ever useless. Amen. Okay, amen to that. Let's get a Mother Mary card. Our Divine Feminine card. We'll do the Mother Mary first. No, we'll do the Divine Feminine first. Oh, indecision. Who comes first, the Divine Feminine or the Divine Mother? They're the same. They are of the same. Let's go with the Divine Feminine first. Okay, what energy is the Divine Feminine occupying at the moment? Kuan Yin and White Buffalo Calf Woman. We're going to read why your soul selected these two cards. Kuan Yin. $104. Kuan Yin is about the deep medicine that comes simply from being willing to bear witness to someone else's pain. To really listen, we have to move from the ego to the soul so that the story we are listening to doesn't become about us or trigger us. This also applies to the moments when we are listening to the story we tell ourselves about who we are. Spot on, Kuan Yin. Thank you for your presence. We are often far harsher and less forgiving to ourselves than we would ever be to someone else. Kuan Yin suggests that we listen simply with curiosity. Curiosity allows us to detach from needing to take the suffering of someone we love personally. Curiosity is a door that leads to compassion. It frees us from feeling as though we have to react to what we hear or defend and explain our part in their suffering. We can just perceive the pain that they are in, or we can finally hear our own cries of despair and not seek to judge or justify them. We can just be present with what needs to be heard. Kuan Yin is the powerful energy of giving witness to our own or to someone else's suffering. Often just a calm, abiding presence of compassion is all that is needed to transform that suffering into clear light. Soul voice meditation. What pain or suffering can I listen to now with curiosity and the intention I recognise suffering in order to release it? Curiosity breeds compassion. White Buffalo Calf Woman. The prophetess of the sacred way. My heart is a compass. The path of love is true abundance. Let's have a look. Whereabouts are you? 154. When your soul selects her card, White Buffalo Calf Woman is a sacred reminder that we don't have to struggle to receive all that we've desired. When we join our heart's longing with action, we find that there's a sacred way to move through the world. This sacred way is a path of steady, quiet alignment between the heart's intention and our every step. White Buffalo Calf Woman is an omen of hope that all will be provided for us when we approach each situation with love. What she wants us to focus on is the intention behind an action, because that changes the outcome. She's a sacred, prophetic sign that we can receive what we need without fighting for it or trying to secure it through manipulation. When prayer joins right action, when we move from the intention of creating only more love, then abundance is inevitable. And when we seek not just for ourselves, but also for the benefit of our loved ones and community, our needs are divinely met. The most sacred path is the one abundance with love. The Soul Voice Meditation. What is my intention for the work I am currently doing? And the intention? My heart is a compass. The path of love is true abundance. I love that, this part here. When prayer joins right action, when we move from that intention of creating only more love, then abundance is inevitable. And when we seek not just for ourselves, but also for the benefit of our loved ones and community, our needs are divinely met. The most sacred path is the one abundant with love. Right, let's end with the Divine Mother Mary. I was going to call her the Divine Feminine. Okay. Felt like I picked up one of those cards. What have we picked up? The responsibility here. You are aware of the power of your thoughts and the amount of love you express. Right, okay, let's finish off now. Our Lady of Great Power. 'Cause I'm your lady and you are my man. Card number 24. My robes form the heaven. My robes form the heavens above. In my sacred feet the earth spins. In my eyes the stars of the night sky are born and shine. My hair forms galaxies, and in my heart many suns burn with divine love. What is there that could be greater than I? I that am all, I that am love. Any fear, any doubt, any problem or concern, I hold you in my being so vast. There is nothing more powerful than I. I am the love that is all that you are. Fear can loom so large at times that it might seem impossible to conquer. Doubt, despair, grief and rage may take possession of our being, and all of a sudden there is no way out of the negativity or horror that we may be brave enough to feel. As part of our honest, emotional human journey, we are asked to feel these challenging emotions. They are part of what helps us rally the courage and strength to make choices that are helpful and healing to our planet whenever we can. If we cannot feel the horror of what is happening around us, we might lack the passion needed to summon all our strength to act, to heal, to help, and to speak out. It takes a truly great leader to be a great warrior for love on this planet. This leader does not give us false hope or imaginings that all the problems that need solving will just magically go away if we close our eyes and hope hard enough. Instead, this leader inspires us with genuine encouragement and empowerment. This leader is honest about our healing light really being needed on this planet. There are environmental and socio-economic problems on this planet that are not all right, and we need to fall apart so that healing, and will need to fall apart so that healing can occur for the greater good. Without that honest, conscious acknowledgement that there is great wounding in our world that needs repair, we can be left with an undercurrent of anxiety, a feeling that something is wrong, but it is not being openly acknowledged. Without this acknowledgement, constructive solutions are not being implemented. We must be careful that we don't allow our genuine optimism, which keeps us open and active, to become a source of falsehood. We must not allow it to tell us that nothing need happen and everything is fine, when the Divine Mother tells us that this is not true at all. We need to be honest with ourselves and our suffering. We need not fear it, we need to be aware of it. And through that awareness, healing can occur. Yet we also need that leader to inspire us with genuine hope and self-esteem, which helps us feel empowered to be able to make a difference. This will prevent us from collapsing into despair, believing that nothing can change, whether in our own lives or in the world around us. Our Lady of Great Power comes with a special message from such inspired spiritual leadership, which is the leadership of the Heavenly Mother herself. She tells us that no matter what we may be trying to accomplish upon the earth, she has power to assist us towards success, and that power is beyond any obstacle. No matter whether a personal matter, a social matter, or environmental issue, legal or financial issue, spiritual crisis, or beloved other that needs help, we can pray to her and she will provide us with what is needed. Our job is to act on that with trust, praying, listening, responding, waiting, acting, reflecting. This is how we live with her, in her grace, and in the magnificence of her great power. She asks now that you dispense with any habits or beliefs that it all must be accomplished on your own. She knows that you have struggled to find the support you have needed at times in your past, and she asks you to put that behind you now. It helped you grow strong and develop self-reliance, but your task is different now. You have that strength and enough self-awareness to know who you are and what has meaning for you. You know to remain true to yourself, even if you are in partnership or collaboration, joining forces with others. You are being asked to allow yourself to be helped so that you can become an empowered channel for her grace to reach the world. So pray, be open, and know that she is powerful beyond all measure. Okay, have yourself a sensational Sunday, and I will catch up with you guys soon. Okay, take care. Much love. Bye for now.